Yeah, hi everyone. This is Ankit. So today we'll be looking after how to fill DS-160 form. As I believe you all are going to apply for F1 visa, which is a non-immigrant visa. So the first and the foremost step in the process is to fill DS-160 form. Now I have just created a small presentation. We'll be seeing all the step. We'll be going through all the step how to fill DS-160 form, but just a small presentation which will give you an overview of DS-160, which will let you know what all documents are required, what all information need to be filled in DS-160, what all step need to be followed in order to fill DS-160 form. So before proceeding further with the overview session, just an important note to all the students who are going to fill DS-160 form. You can fill, you can submit, you can get your barcode number after filling DS-160 form, and you have to not pay a single penny. So filling of the form, submitting of the form, getting a number, it's free of cost. So no payment is required and you don't have to spend a single penny. Okay, then let's proceed further. I have just jotted down few points here. So we'll go one by one. So the first point says that in order to schedule the US F1 visa, the first step is to fill DS-160 form. And remember, each applicant who is going to appear for visa need to fill DS-160 form. If you are married, you want your wife and children to go or to travel along with you, they must also fill DS-160 form, including children's. The second point says that DS-160 must be submitted prior to your interview. So yeah, this is a bit a hypothetical situation. So without filling DS-160 form, you cannot proceed further with the step 2. So yeah, before appearing for your interview, you must have your DS-160 form submitted. The third point which I have covered is that at the time of submitting DS-160, a barcode number will get generated on the confirmation page. So this barcode number is required to book your interview slot, which we'll be looking in step 2. So after submitting this DS-160, you will be getting a barcode number on the confirmation page. That barcode number will be required in order to book your visa slot. So you must print that barcode number or capture somewhere, because this will be required in the second step. The fourth point which I have covered is that it's always recommended to print the confirmation page, because sometimes the visa interview person or during the biometric session, they can ask for your DS-160 form or a DS-160 confirmation page. So always remember, it's always recommended to print the DS-160 confirmation page, and it's always recommended to carry DS-160 confirmation page at the time of visa interview and at the time of biometric session. One note I have included here, that whatever you are filling in your DS-160 form, just fill it carefully, because whatever you are inputting into DS-160 form, it should be correct, and the visa officer believe that everything which you have filled is true. So if anything is going wrong or misrepresenting any fact, I believe your visa will get rejected. So fill DS-160 form with proper attention. Do not fill anything which cannot be justifiable at the time of visa interview. Now the second slide says the guidelines for completing the form DS-160. So I have jotted down 3 points here. So the first point says, while filling DS-160 form, if you are during filling DS-160 form, if you stop working for almost 20 minutes, your session will get expire. So the important point is that you have to save your application on the regular interval. So for an example, I'm filling my form and I'm just sitting idle for 20 minutes. So you will see that your session is getting expired, and if you have not saved your work, then you have to again like start your application from the beginning. So it's better to save your work, like whatever, like I believe every minute you have to save this form, because I've gone through this situation where I have to fill my DS-160 form from the beginning. So just for your information, don't sit idly for 20 minutes and keep saving your application on the regular interval. The second point which I have included is that you have to print the barcode confirmation page. So as soon as you will submit your application DS-160 form, you will be getting a barcode number, a confirmation page. So just print all the information. This will be required to book your visa appointment. The third step which I have jotted down here is like you have already printed all your confirmation page, your barcode number, but there is an option where you can send an email. So as soon as like you will press the back button, you will be getting an email option. So just to get a backup copy of your DS-160 form, you can email that file to your mail ID. So that will be a PDF format which you will be getting on your email, but it's always advisable that to send your DS-160 form to your email address, so you will be having your backup copy. Now coming to filling of DS-160 form, this is the link which I had given, like you can get it from the US government website, but yeah, this is the link. Two things which you need to remember: when you will start filling the application, you will be getting your application ID, and this application ID is very important because this application ID will be used in order to retrieve your application. So you will be saving your application at the regular interval. So today, like I have 5 or 10 minutes, I have just filled 2 or 3 information, I will save my application, and again tomorrow I will come back, or after half an hour I will come back. So I need to retrieve back my application. So just to retrieve back my application, I required this application ID. As well as you can see the security question, you will be also requiring the answer of the particular security question. So you must know the application ID as well as you must know the answer of the security question which you have previously answered. Now proceeding further, like when you will be starting filling DS-160 form, on the first page you will be seeing 3 options: start an application, upload an application, and retrieve an application. So the person who is starting from the scratch, they need to click on start an application, and the person who have already saved his work, who has already started filling DS-160 form, so you can either go for upload an application or retrieve an application. To go for an upload an application, I believe that .dat file will get saved and you need to upload those .dat file in order to retrieve your application. But the third option is, I believe, the most easiest one. You just need your application ID, the security answer, the date of birth, I believe, as well as the first 5 letter of your surname. So these 5 things are required in order to retrieve your application. Now at the last you can see there are few options. So there is a save button. So as soon as you will complete one section, it's recommended to save your application. Okay, so What all documents are required in order to fill DS-160 form? First thing is your passport, and the second thing is your I-20. So in your passport you will be getting your name, address, surname. In I-20 you will be getting your service ID, school name, school address, program duration, and etc. So all these two documents are required in order to fill complete DS-160 form. So yeah, you need a passport, you need a I-20, as well as after submitting the DS-160 form you will be getting such kind of confirmation page where you can see that a barcode is already being generated, and below that barcode you can see, I believe, 10-digit number AA007DBD00. So this number will be required in order to book your visa slot. So you can print your application, you can email the confirmation, or you can print your confirmation. So there are three options. I believe go with all the three options. That will be more likely to be on a safer side. Just you need to print your application as well as email your application. Okay, then we'll go and we'll see how to fill DS-160 form. So this is the website, this is the link. So as soon as you will start filling DS-160 form, the first option is to select the location where you will be applying for the visa. So I am in the India, so I will be choosing India and the nearest visa office. So for me it will be Mumbai. If you are living nearby Kolkata, Hyderabad, Chennai, you can select the appropriate option. So I am presently living in Mumbai, so I will be selecting India, Mumbai. Now you have to enter the captcha. So this is for the security reason. So I will just enter the captcha which is presented here, PA68. Okay, for the first time, or for the person who is going to start DS-160 form from the scratch, they just need to select the location, they just need to enter the captcha, and they just need to click start an application. So as soon as you will click this button, look, you will be getting an application ID. So this application ID is a 10-digit alphanumeric ID, and I believe you can print this application ID because this will be required in order to retrieve your application. So this is one of the most important thing which you have to jot down, like anywhere, like you can copy paste in your Word file, or you can take a snapshot of your application ID, or you can print the application ID. The second most important thing is the security question. You can select any of the security questions. So you can select, like for me the most simplest question is anything you can choose. Okay, so you can choose your security question, you can write your answer, and then you can press continue, and then you can see there will be 10 sections which you need to fill. So those 10 section, like few of the section will be divided into subsections. So the first section will be the personal section. You have to fill your name, address, uh, as well as like few other things which are included in the passport. You just need to refer your passport. The second is address and phone. Enter your address, whatever it's printed on your passport. You have to enter your permanent address, your mailing address, as well as you need to enter your phone number or contact information. The third section says about the passport detail. You need to enter your passport number, The fourth section says about the travel, so you need to enter your travel dates. The fifth section says about the travel companion, so it asks like whether any other family member is going to travel along with you, so that information need to be provided in this section. The sixth section sees the previous US travel history, so if you have already traveled in United States previously, so you can just include all those information. Then the section US contact, like I believe you have to enter the address where you will be staying. So currently, like while filling DS-160 form, we really don't know where we are going to stay, so I will like recommend it to enter like university name and university address. Family, like in this section you will have to enter your parents detail, your mother father names, address detail, date of birth, as well as you will have to write your husband or spouse name. The second last section says about your work, your education, so you will have to include all the information related to your work. So like I had worked for 4 companies, so I have to include, or I have to write all those 4 companies under the sections. Then the education background, like in which field you did your major, and what was the university name or the college or in the institute name. The last question says about the security or the background questions. So I believe like we are non-criminals, so we'll be selecting no, 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 no in this section. So yeah, one by one we'll look after each and every section, but like I have already filled my form, so what I will do, I will just retrieve my application. So as soon as I've saved, or you can save your application, what you need to do, you just need to go back to your DS-160 link. You just need to select the location, so again India, Mumbai. Now if you are unable to understand like what captcha is written here, you can change the captcha code. So okay, this is a bit more easy. Okay, now I'm going to retrieve my application. So you can see I just need to enter my application ID. So this is alphanumeric 10-digit application ID, and then I just need to click on retrieve application. It will ask my first 5 letter of surname, year of birth, and in what city or town did your mother and father meet. So yeah, I can write this is the security question which I have selected earlier, and this was the answer which I have provided, and then I have to just click retrieve application, and look, we are here. So the first and the foremost section is the personal information which we need to fill. So you can see you need to fill the surname and the given name, whatever it's there on your passport. So on my passport the surname is Sharma and the given name is Ankit, so I have written as it is. But now what happened, like in few passport there is only one name, so there could be like Prakash or something might be written and there will be no surname, or something will be written. So for an example, Ankit Sharma is the complete name, but on the passport if only Ankit is written, that then you have to write under surname. You have to keep this given name as a blank. So this is what here it's written: enter all surname as listed in your passport. If only one name is listed in your passport, enter that surname. So if only one name is there, then you have to enter surname and you have to keep this field blank. Okay, so the third point says full name in a native alphabet. So in Indian passport there is no native alphabet, so this is the reason like we'll be this checking this checkbox like which says does not apply, technology not available. So for Indian passport you have to select this thing. The another question says, have you ever used other name? So apart from Ankit Sharma, have you ever used some other name? So I says no, I have not used. If you have used, you can select yes, and then they will ask few other questions. Do you have a telecode that represent your name? So it will be no. In India, there is no such kind of technology or telecode which represent our names. So I will say no here. You can include, you can select your sex, you can select your marital status. So I'm married, so I have included as a field as a married. Date and place of birth, you can write your date of birth, place, state, and the country. So this is what we have filled so far, the personal information. You can either save the application or you can click next button. So generally what I used to do, I complete the entire section and then I save the application. So the second subsection says, it says about the nationality. So I am Indian, so I will select India. The second question says, do you hold or have you held any other nationality other than the indicated above? So no, I don't hold any other nationality apart from India. So I will select no here. The second question says, are you a permanent resident of a country other than your country religion? So no, I am an Indian and I do not hold any other nationality, as well as I am not a permanent resident of any other country. Sometimes what happen, a person might have uh, two visa, so or a two nationality. A person, I really don't know. Like I have read somewhere that um, one of the person have two nationality. Like he has a visa of Germany as well as of India or US or of India, so they can select yes. But as of now, I believe none of us have any other permanent residence apart from India or apart from the country of the student, like who are viewing this video. So national identification number. So for Indian people, it does not apply. For US people, you can write your SSN number, that is a social security number. But again, few Indian will say is that we have an Aadhaar card or UID, but no, I will recommend it you to select does not apply here. Now I feel my first section, that is a personal section, so I can save my application. I can click on this save, and you have two options: continue application and save application to file. As soon as you will click this save application to file, a .dat file extension will get saved on your local PC. So you can save it somewhere else. While retrieving, you have to just upload that file and all the information will again get replicated on the application page. But I will say just save your application and then you should click the continue application button. That's more easy, and your application is already been saved. So the second section says address in the phone. Open your passport, write your street address. So I have written the address as it is, what was mentioned on my passport. So street address, city, state, postal code, country. And then they also ask, is your mailing address the same as your home address? So I says no. I have two homes in my local town. So yeah, I have included the second address as a mailing address. So mailing address is something like if your visa is approved or whatever, like so your passport will be sent to your mailing address. So this is the reason I have included this address here. Now they will ask you about your primary phone number, secondary phone number, work phone number. So I have given my primary phone number and secondary phone number. So work phone number I have clicked on does not apply. I don't want to give my work phone number. Email address, I have included my email address. And this is how you fill your address and phone information. Again, you can save your application, continue application, and then go back and click on next button, passport. So for Indian people or for Indian student, your passport or the document type should be regular one. Don't choose any other option. It will be regular. Enter your passport number. Passport book number for Indian student, it does not apply. So just you have to click does not apply checkbox. Country or authority which has issued the passport, obviously it will be India. And then you have to include like which state or which city has issued you the passport. So my passport was issued by the Bhopal authorities, so I have included the city Bhopal, the state Madhya Pradesh, and the country region as India. You have to also include the issuance date and expiration date. So yeah, also remember, like when you are applying for the visa, the expiry date should be more than 6 months. So for an example, today is my visa interview. Take an example, this is February and my visa interview, or I'm going to land to the United States in the month of August. So I believe take a extension of 6 months. So the expiry date should be anywhere around, so if you are going to join your college in the month of August, then the expiry date should be anywhere around like after 6 months. So it should be February or March 2020. Have you, and the last question says, have you ever lost a passport or had one stolen? So for me it's no. For you, if it is yes, you can click yes. The next section says travel. So what's the purpose of trip to United States? So there are many options. So as I'm going for my further studies or higher studies, I will choose academic or language student. So that is F. And then I have to specify a student as F1. Have you made a specific travel plan? So as of now, I really don't know when I will be traveling, but I know that the orientation will begin on 15th of August. So I have included that intended date of arrival in United States will be 14th of August 2019. And what will be the intended length of stay in United States? So I have included 9 months because this information you will be getting from your I-20. So from program start date and end date in your I-20. So I will just open the presentation. So you can see here program start date and end date. So if I calculate it says it's the duration is 9 months. So this is the reason like I have included like intended length of stay in United States is 9 months. Now address where you will stay in the US. So I've included like my university address. So I've written the address, State University of New York at Buffalo. The address is already given in the I-20. You just need to copy paste those address and zip code, state, each and everything is given in your I-20. So person, entity paying for your trip, any other person who's going to pay for your trip. So for me, yes, my father is going to pay. So this is the reason I have included his name, surname and his name, his telephone number. For email address, I don't want to give the email address of my parents, so I have just included does not apply. The relationship is with Vijay Sharma is like I have to select parents. And is the address of the party paying for your trip the same as your home or mailing address? So I will say yes. If like I'm living with my parents, so I will say yes. If you are living somewhere else, your parents are living somewhere else, you can say no, and then you have to enter the address of your parents. Now the next section says travel companion information. So it's asked like, are there other person traveling with you? So your child or your husband or your wife, is anyone going to travel with you? So for with me, like no one is going to travel, so I have included no. If you are married, if your spouse or your child is going to travel with you, you can select yes, and then you can fill other information. Okay, then proceeding further with the next section. Seems internet is bit slow, so we will have to. Okay, it's open. So previous US travel information. So have you ever been in the United States? For me, it's completely no. I had never been in United States. If you had ever been on in United States on B1 or B2 visa or H1B visa, or earlier on F1 visa, you can select yes, and then you have to include all the information. But I had never traveled to in the United States, so I have just selected no. Have you ever been issued a US visa? For me, it's no. If you have been issued, you have to select yes. Have you ever been refused a US visa or been refused admission to the United States? So I have never applied, so they have never refused. So I have selected no here. Has anyone ever filed an immigrant petition on your behalf? So no for me. For you, if someone did, you have to select yes. But I believe for most of us, all the option will be no here. I will be going to the next section. Contact person or organization in the United States. So I can select the given names and the surname, which is already mentioned on my I-20. So you can see so whom I need to contact upon arrival. There are few names. I can include those names here. The organization name, University at Buffalo. Relationship to you is the school official, and that then the address of the university, which is already mentioned on your I-20. So just you need to copy paste each and every information here. Going to the next section related to family information. So you need to include or you need to provide information related to your father and mother. So I've included, yeah, my father name, date of birth. Is your father in United States? No. My mom information, name, surname, date of birth. Is she in United States? I see is no. If your parents are there in United States, you have to select yes. Do you have any immediate relatives, not including parents, in the United States? For me, no one is there in United States. No relatives are there in United States. So I have just selected no. If any of your like brother, sister, your husband, wife, or fiance are there in United States, you can select yes. For me, it's complete no. Okay. Also, you will have to provide your spouse name. I have selected married, so this is the reason I have to provide my spouse name. So I have included my spouse name here, date of birth, where she was born, and the address. So I have selected same as home address. So you will have to provide information about your family, that is your mom and dad information, as well as if you are married, then you will have to provide the information of your spouse. Okay, now the third last section related to work, education, and training. So primary occupation is computer science. You can select any other occupation. it depends on your occupation. If you are a government employed, you can select here. If you are an engineer, if you are into communication sector or agriculture sector, you can select anything based on your profession. Then your present employer name, so I've written Capgemini, the address of Capgemini, and then when you have started this present company, like what was your first day. So yeah, it was 2nd August 2016. What's your monthly income, so how much you're getting in hand. So you can enter your monthly income here. So whatever you're getting in hand on the monthly basis, you can enter whatever amount you're getting. So it depends on what salary you are getting. Then you have to briefly describe your duties. So I have just described my duties, like I have just copied paste from my resume. So don't invest much time here, just copy paste it from your resume and that will be good enough. Same thing you will have to include here. So in how many other companies you have worked, those all information need to be provided here. So I have worked for almost like 4 companies. I have changed 4 companies, so I have included all the information related to all those 4 companies here. Coming to your education background, so name of institution is Malwa Institute of Technology. You can also include your university name, which is RGTU or RGPV University. A street address, you can get it like from the your university website or from your college website. Just fill up all the address information, your start date and your end date. So yeah, for engineering it almost took 4 years to complete my engineering degree. So this is the intended date of like start and end date. You just need to feel like roughly you can estimate the date, because I have started my college in the year 2008 and I really do not remember the date, the first date. So roughly you can estimate the date and can include here. And the course of study, what was your major, you have to include here. Now, do you belong to a clan or a tribe? No, we don't belong to any clan or any tribe. What are languages you know or you speak? So I speak English and Hindi. I too speak French, but that at a basic level. So this is the reason I have not included. But people from South India or North India who are speaking some different language like Telugu, Tamil, or Marathi or something, you can include all the different languages here. Have you traveled to any other countries, regions with the last 5 years? So you can include which all countries you have traveled. So yeah, I have traveled to Germany, Norway, Switzerland on the business trip. So I have included those countries. If you have not traveled, you can say no. If you have traveled, you can say yes. Have you belonged to, contributed to, or work for any professional, social, or charitable organizations? I will say no, because I don't want that visa interviewer should ask me some different question based on my answers. So this is the reason I have selected no everywhere. So I don't want that any other additional question should come related to these questions. So do you have any specialization, skills, or training such as firearms, explosive, nuclear, biological, or chemical experience? So completely I'm denying, I don't have any experience or specialization. Have you ever served in a military? No. Have you ever served in being a member or been involved in a paramilitary unit? So no. I really don't want that visa officer should ask me any other question based on this question. Proceeding further with the subsection. So mostly all the answer are no. So part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have just selected no. Have you, do you have a communicable disease? I says no. Do you have any mental or physical disorder? No. Have you ever been a drug abuser or addicted? No. Part 2 will also ask similar kind of question. Have you ever been arrested? No. Have you ever been violated or engaged in any kind of violation? No. Are you coming to the United States to engage in prostitution? No. Have you ever been involved in, do you seek to engage in money laundering? No. Have you ever committed or conspired to commit a human trafficking offense? No. Have you ever knowingly aided, abetted, assisted, or colluded with the individual who has been committed or conspired to commit a severe human trafficking? No. So all those questions, I believe you have to select no. If you will select any of the answer as yes, I believe your visa will get rejected. So it's better to select no. Part 3 will also ask you similar kind of question. Do you seek and engage in some kind of violation? So I will say no. Do you speak to engage in terrorist activities? No. Have you ever, do you intend to provide financial assistance or support to terrorists? No. Are you a member of representative of a terrorist organization? No. Have you ever ordered, committed, assisted, or participated in genocide? No, never. Have you ever committed, ordered, assisted, or otherwise participated in torture? No. So there are like different several questions which I believe you have to select no. Do not select yes. Your visa will get rejected. Part 4 says, have you ever sought to obtain or assist other to obtain a visa entry in the United States benefit by fraud or willful unlawful means? So you have to select no. Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have to always select no. Have you voted in United States in the violation of a law? No. Have you ever been renounced United States citizenship for the purpose of avoiding taxation? No. So here in the security and the background, all the answers should be no. Do not select yes, else your visa will get rejected. Now the student exchange visa. So what here you need to include two reference. So I have included my manager name and one of my colleague name. So you have to write their name, surname, their address, their telephone address, and the email address. And the final step is to write your service ID. So this service ID you will be getting on your I-20. On the left hand side, topmost left hand side, you will find your service ID. So you can enter your service ID. Then you will have to provide the school name. So the school name is like State University of New York at Buffalo. The course of studies, information science. So always remember, whatever it's written on your website, it could be different on your I-20. So always write the information which is printed on your I-20, because the visa officer are going to look towards your I-20. They are not going to check the website. So the single truth of content is your I-20. So you just refer your I-20 and enter all the details whatever mentioned in your I-20. So for me, like I'm going to study MIS, and then on my I-20 it's printed information science, so I have to write information science and I cannot write MIS here. Okay, so street address that will be there on your I-20. Each and every information will be there on your I-20. So just you need to enter whatever information which is printed. Then after filling all the 10 section, you will get an option to review. So just click on the review button and you will get such kind of information. Photo will be taken at the ASC, that means when you will be going for biometric, I believe at that point of time the picture will be taken. Now you can re-verify all the information one by one. Whatever information you have provided, you can re-verify from here. And what I will suggest you to print this page. So as I'm there at my home, I have changed the printer setting. So now if I will print, it will get saved in the PDF format. So DS160 page 1. So if I'll go here, if I'll open this PDF, you can see either you can print or either you can save at your desktop or laptop. So this is, do not bring this to your interview. So do not bring that, that's not of any use. But yes, the application ID is more informative, as well as the barcode number which you will be getting, that you need to bring at the time of visa interview. So in the similar way, you can re-verify whatever information you have filled. So next is travel. You can again re-verify, you can print, you can save all those information in the local folder. Contact, again re-verify the contact information, family information which you have provided, work, education, training information which you have provided, security and background, as we have already selected no for each and every question. So you will see all the questions have been answered with no. Student exchange visa, so here you have to re-verify your additional contact information. So what we say, the person, I believe I've included the person name who has provided the letter of recommendation, so my manager and my colleague. As well as you have to re-verify your service ID, school name, course of study, and the street address. Next will be your locations. So my current location is Mumbai, and where I'm going to apply for my visa interview. And then at the last point of step, you will find sign and submit. So as soon as you will click the sign and submit button, you will have to write your passport number and the code which you are seeing here right now, and then you have to click sign and submit application. As soon as you will be clicking the sign and submit application button, you will be getting this kind of confirmation page. So this will be a confirmation page. You will be getting the confirmation number. So here you can see this is the barcode number, and this number will be used in the second step when you will be blocking your calendar, or where you will be blocking your appointment. So yeah, this is the informative part. You can print the application, you can email the confirmation page. So I believe this you need to carry when you are going to apply or when you are going to visit the Mumbai consulate for your visa interview. You need to carry this confirmation page, and this barcode number will be used in order to book your visa slot. So yep, this is all from my side. So this is how you can fill DS160 form, and in the next video we'll be seeing how you are going to register to the US site. So this is what we are going to look in the second video, how you are going to apply for your F1 visa, how you are going to register if you are a new user, if you are existing user, how you can log in, how you can schedule your appointment, what fee you have to pay, what all information are required, that all will be seen in the second video. So yeah, thank you so much. If you like this video, please subscribe the channel, and yeah, all the best for your visa interview. If you need any help, you can contact me on the email address or on the phone number which will be mentioned in the description. So yep, all the best. Thank you so much for listening all this stuff. Take care. Bye bye.